Afternoon West in the world. Welcome to your review video for Thursday, February the 6th, following this morning's lectures on the scientific revolution and the age of Enlightenment. We covered a lot of ground in terms of chronology this morning, beginning with Copernicus in the 16th century and concluding with Montesquieu in the middle of the 18th century. In between, we discovered, or we uncovered, a story of changing mindsets. One in which the authority of church dogma, of church teachings, has once again come under question. This time not on so much theological grounds, but on the basis of people's observations of the material world in which they live. We learned how people like Copernicus, Kepler, and Galileo introduce a new pattern of thinking in the debate about whether a geocentric or a heliocentric model of the universe was an accurate representation of the physical operation of the world. But those tensions that surrounded the geocentrism, heliocentrism debate don't stay limited there. We learned about people like Isaac Newton, who introduce bigger issues or bigger ideas into Western patterns of thinking, the notion of universal laws, principles that can be applied to all people, all places, at all times. In Newton's case, of course, it was gravity, but we know that it didn't remain there, that the search for universal laws, for principles that could apply to all people extends well beyond that and comes to be very influential in the realm of politics, in the realm of economics. And as we go forward, we're going to see the ways in which the questions that arise from this are going to fundamentally transform Western life. The questions, of course, are ultimately going to be most troubling for monarchs, those absolute monarchs that we talked about before the exam, who want to sequester religious and political authority in their own hands. The Enlightenment is going to introduce questions about rights, the natural laws, the natural endowment of basic rights into all peoples. Those questions are eventually going to upend the principles of absolutism in the era of the American and the French revolutions, which we will come to next week. Have a good weekend, everyone. See you then.